here back with a Bionicle retro review, but today is a very special day. Today we'll be actually doing a special Bionicle Day video. So by the time this video is out, it's going to be Bionicle Day, hopefully. But today we're going to be looking at the set and combined model of Ultimate Dume. I know it's just one set, it's one thing, but it came out as a set. Is a combiner model, but technically I'm doing the combiner model, not the set version, quote unquote, even though I'm going to count it as a set anyway. So anyway, Ultimate Dume. Ultimate Dume, quick summary. It's the depiction of Makuta after he absorbed Nadiki and Kreka and Nivok in the Legends of Metronome movie, or storyline I should say. And he's like got all these wings and he claw hands, he's like Titan size, and it's a pretty massive set. So today I'm going to take apart all three of these lovely Titans here and make the big Titan humongous Ultimate Dume in just a moment. So stay tuned. Alright, here it is, Ultimate Dume, and unfortunately I do not have the power mask of power, unfortunately, for him, so I do apologize for that. If I were to get it, it would take too long to get here, so I just want to do the video now. So, Ultimate Dume, this is the 10202 technical set, that's the set number, and this set contains 500 pieces or 400 something. I actually do not know the piece count for this thing. I do not know. I'll have it on screen somewhere, but man, this build was kind of a nightmare. I wouldn't like. This thing looks all intimidating and imposing or whatever, but this thing was nightmarish to build. That's the true scary part of this thing. This thing was absolute nightmare. But overall, this thing is tall. I can't even get a full shot of this thing with my camera right here, but this thing is, it's pretty tall. But as always, I gotta get into the pros and cons. Pros, it's very tall. It's it's a very tall, imposing thing, and it's really big. Another pro, it does have articulation. I'm afraid to even touch it. That's gonna be a con, but I'm afraid to even touch the thing because it is very loose. But it does have hands, and you can move the wings, mouth, neck, knees, hip, technically, and it, of course, it has an other hand, elbows. Like, it has all the articulation that you'll want, but yeah, it's really unstable. I don't even want to touch it too much, but I got to. Okay, so it has that, and the color scheme is, I wouldn't say the greatest, but it's not. I don't know if I'll count as a pro either. It works ish, but not what I would say like good. But it's okay. Another pro would be that I actually do like the teeth, the munching teeth animation, but function, if you want to call it that. I do like it. Articulation. It is pretty nice, even though I don't get it because this is supposed to be the canonical depiction of Makuta Pterodax in the Legends of Michiganui storyline. It's kind of weird because this looks nothing like Makuta Pterodax. But in the comics and in the movie, it does not look anything like this. The movie is completely different, but I prefer the movie design over this one. But yeah, this is actually how it's supposed to look, I guess, even though it looks weird. Anywho, this big old thing, yeah, I don't really have any positive things to say outside of like, okay, yes, it's tall, it's got some functions, it got some wings, and yeah, that's about it. So that's okay. Let's go ahead and rip into this thing. First of all, this thing was terrible to build. I do not recommend building this thing at all. If your pieces are slightly damaged or weak, I would not recommend building this thing. Multiple cons is the thing is really kind of gappy and loose. I would say loose, and it's really like kind of flimsy looking. Like it has these knee joints at the bottom, but it is like holding on for dear life. It is like no kind of stability for this thing. This thing cannot barely stand up because the legs are kind of like weak, and the thing is top heavy, but it has these really weak legs because it has these Toametru legs at the bottom, and that's all it has for its leg support. And I'm like, that is not enough. Those big flat footers it wants to have at the bottom, it's still not good. That's not enough. It's gonna need something else. I'm glad in 2006 they fixed this with the Titans and actually had the little like leg brace thing, which they desperately needed. I wish they'd done it in this way because this one really needed. Unfortunately, it did not have that. The color scheme is kind of atrocious. I was trying to be nice with it with the pros, but the color scheme is really bad. I mean, with all these dark green, dark blues, blacks, and silver, it's like kind of over the place. Red, it's really all over the place. It is like pretty crazy with that. I'm not a fan of that at all because I think it would look okay if there was no green or no red. I think with the dark blue, black, and silver, it could work. But with that green in there and that red, it's like really throwing me off. I don't think it's a really good looking. I don't think that looks good. It's not really good looking. It's not really eye appealing. It's very ugly. So I don't like it for that. And even if you had the mask of power on him, it still makes his head look kind of funny because I don't really get the big teeth. I do like it, but I don't think it makes sense because Makuta Pterodax didn't have like giant chompers like that. It didn't, and with the mask, it makes him look even weirder. I think it makes him look better-ish, but it's a weird connection anyway, and I don't really like it. So honestly, I kind of like indifferent on the mask. I think it kind of looks better without it, but it's okay, I guess. But another con would be that if your pieces are slightly damaged or weared out a little bit, this thing is flimsy and it will slide apart. Like, I'm not going to even touch it because that's how much I don't want to mess with it. Because the wings are barely holding on. Because as soon as I start moving it, it's going to plop down. Now it does have support right here, so now with the pieces being kind of loose and kind of wear down, it can still sit up. The wings can sit up and actually be, you can still stand up upright, but that does knock off the ability to actually fly the wings. Because when I look at this model, I don't think of, oh, this is a cool toy I can play with. This is just a thing to build, and then you just pose it up. Even though it is not great for posing. That's another con. It's not, you can't pose this thing. You can't really, you can't play with it. You can't pose it. It's just like you just have it, and you just, and that's it. You can try to pose it. I am not going to. I'm not going to demonstrate because I don't even want to touch it. So, unfortunately, this build is kind of just not good. I don't like it. I can go on like another like 10-20 minutes talking about how much I don't like it, but I'm gonna just leave it right there. So my rating for this, I give it honestly like, it's honestly like it's a 5. It's a 5.1. It's like, it's average. It's an average thing. And that's me being awfully generous. So getting this brand new, I mean, getting it used is already going to cost you about $200. And getting it brand new sealed in a box, you are paying up to $800. Okay, I guess Taraga Dume did not, Taraga Dume, but Ultimate Doom did not like what I said, so... Okay, I'm just gonna try to figure out these lights and just figure out what just happened in a minute, but yeah, those are my thoughts. If you get this set, I would recommend getting 2. I would rather get 2 sets of each of them. Get 2 Targadums, 2 Nevox, 2 Krekas to build this, because if you use the ones that you have, you know, your pieces are gonna kind of just go straight to hell, honestly. So I would just get another set. I would just buy the used one and then use that for the build, and then to keep the ones that you have already built. That's what I would do. If you want this build that bad, I would just do that, honestly. I recommend just buying another set of them. That's what I'm gonna have to do. I wish I had already done that, but I didn't. But yeah, that's it. So those have been my thoughts. Tell me yours down in the comments below. Like I said, subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and with that, happy Bionicle Day. I've been RobeTheMatoran, and I'll see you all in the next review.